The Knicks are motivated for their Eastern Conference Finals matchup against the Indiana Pacers. Now, there are multiple reasons for this motivation, but at the top of the list is revenge, payback. The Indiana Pacers sent the Knicks home last year, and Jalen Brunson said it perfectly when speaking to the media recently. That loss to the Indiana Pacers last year in the playoffs, it still bothers him. And that is very bad news for the Indiana Pacers. We're going to break down all of these latest reports today. But before we get started, about 52% of you watching this video right now are not subscribed to the channel. If you're enjoying the content, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and make sure you have notifications on as well too. If you want to support the channel, the easiest way to do that is to hit that subscribe button. And now, let's get started. The Knicks are motivated to take down the Pacers. The Knicks haven't forgotten what Indiana did to them last year. Game 7, sending us home at Madison Square Garden. It's those type of losses that leave a taste in your mouth that you just can't forget. And when speaking to the media recently, the Knicks made it clear they have not forgotten that loss, and they're using it as motivation heading into the Eastern Conference Finals. Shout out to Knicks Videos for giving us the following information here. Here's what Tom Thibodeau had to say about how tough it was to lose to the Pacers last year in the postseason. According to Thibs, you do the best that you can given the circumstances that you have. Josh Hart also spoke about the Indiana Pacers this upcoming series and how it felt like to lose to them last year in the playoffs. Josh Hart was asked about the Knicks facing off against the Pacers after last year. And according to Hart, he stated, half the team didn't play last year. They were hurt. Jew, Dante, they are not here anymore. Zay's not here anymore. It's a totally different team, situation, and round of the playoffs. And when Josh Hart was asked about how the Pacers reacted after defeating the Knicks and trolling them after they beat them down in Game 7 last year, Hart said the following about that as well too. If you win, you can do what you want. Everybody embraces being in that spotlight differently. If that's how they want to do it, cool. Now, there's a reason I chose these specific screenshots. Look at Josh Hart's face. Look at his reaction, his body language. Does he look happy? Does he look like Josh Hart normally looks like? Because Josh Hart normally is happy, he looks motivated, and he looks confident. But in those images, during that press conference, he didn't look happy. He looked very motivated, very focused, and very upset. Now, that trolling that the media was asking Josh Hart about was basically Miles Turner leaving MSG after they beat the Knicks and just trolling the fans at MSG, trolling them outside. Not really what you want to do after you win and you beat the Knicks. But again, to Josh Hart's point, if you win, you can really do anything and nobody can tell you anything either. So that's the way the Pacers chose to act as they beat New York. And the Knicks clearly have not forgotten it. Josh Hart made a very good point. This Knicks team that's about to go up against the Indiana Pacers is not the same team for multiple reasons. Number one, we made major trades. So a lot of the players that were here last year are not here this year. But even better than that, last year, the Knicks took the Pacers to 7 games, and we were not even fully healthy. We were hobbled as a team, losing players left and right. That last game, Jalen Brunson had a wrist injury. Josh Hart playing with an abdominal injury. And OG Anunoby, hamstring injury. How can any team look to compete with those type of injuries to our starters, to players that are significant pieces on this team? For the most part, both teams are fully healthy going into this series. So injuries should not be used as an excuse. And I'll give the Pacers credit. This year, they are a very good team. Probably better than they were last year because of the chemistry factor. They understand how to play together very well. But this Knicks team, our defense, if we can play that same level of defense that we showcased against the Boston Celtics, if we can bring that against Indiana, there is no doubt in my mind the Knicks will close out this series against Indiana in 6 games. But moving on to Jalen Brunson and what he had to say about Indiana and this upcoming series against them. He is absolutely locked in and motivated to take down the Pacers. But don't take my word for it. Hear it from the captain himself. Roll the clip.
How long did it take you for that not
I mean, it still kind of bothers me, but I mean, I feel like once you get into the season, you start thinking about the next game and everything like that. Obviously, it was a missed opportunity last year playing them at home in Game 7. Regardless of who we had out there, don't really know like a timetable, but I mean, it definitely hurt that we lost.
First of all, that last question, the reporter asked Jalen Brunson, what about it bothers you? He answered it very simply. We lost. Duh. That would bother anybody. So I can understand that. But let's go back to what the captain just said. It still bothers him. I got chills. There are chills and goosebumps up and down my body right now because of what Jalen Brunson just said. Did you hear how motivated Jalen Brunson is? I am scared for the Indiana Pacers. Unlike the Detroit Pistons series, nobody is questioning who the best player in this series is. And it's Mr. Clutch himself, the man on the screen right now, Captain Jalen Brunson. That was never in question at all, although some NBA insiders and fans wanted to make it a question. I assure you, it is not. Jalen Brunson is the best. And now the best player in this series is clearly motivated, clearly bothered, and clearly still upset about what happened last year. Brunson doesn't forget these things. You can ask him about that Miami series a couple of years ago. He still remembers it, and he still hates it. When you're at this level, when you're at the playoff level, you always need even the smallest things to motivate you to bring out the best version of the team, of yourself. Jalen Brunson is using last year as that motivation, and that's not a small motivation. Jalen Brunson, even the way he was talking about it, sent us home, Game 7 in our house. Yeah, he remembers that. And he remembers it so much, he never wants to see that happen again. And now, with the chance to get payback on the team that basically did it, this entire team is exactly the same team that the Pacers had last year for the most part. They're bringing that same team back this year to face the Knicks. But New York is different in many, many ways. And those differences will be on full display tomorrow when the Knicks take on the Indiana Pacers for Game 1 of the ECF. And Jalen Brunson clearly will have his A game ready, like that was ever in question, but he's motivated. Motivated in a way that we haven't seen in quite some time. More than anything else, Jalen Brunson wants to get his lick back. He wants to get that revenge. He wants to put this demon of the Indiana Pacers behind him. And the only way to do that is to confront them, beat them down, and take this series. Madison Square Garden tomorrow is going to be rocking, electric, louder than you have ever heard it in your entire life. I can almost guarantee you that. And New York needs to use that crowd as the sixth man that they are. We need to use that energy, that motivation, and have us utilize it to beat down the Pacers, take game one, and let everybody know the Knicks are for real. We're not going anywhere. And clearly, the entire team, top to bottom, from coaching staff to the last man on the bench, is motivated to beat you, take you down, get our revenge, and go to the NBA Finals. This team is locked in. They're ready and they're prepared to beat the Pacers. And the Knicks are going to do it. Knicks in 6. But what about you guys? What do you think about the Knicks? Head coach Tom Thibodeau, Josh Hart, and even the captain himself, Jalen Brunson, and their comments about this upcoming series against the Pacers and how motivated they are to beat them in the Eastern Conference Finals. Let me know how you feel about that in the comments below, guys, because honestly, I would love to hear from you. But that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and smash that like button, leave a comment below. And of course, guys, please subscribe to the channel. Until next time, Knicks fans, take care of yourself, your families, and each other. Peace and love.